Members, we are going to take up Senate File 3191. We're just going to try to get Senator Cohen is here. Senator Cohen, welcome to the committee.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members. And I appreciate you're setting aside committee time to listen to Senate File 3191. The bill is a proposal for a constitutional amendment for a state equal rights amendment. And I know that there's a lengthy agenda, so my intent is only to just make a couple of brief comments and then allow you to listen to the folks who have I think a very important perspective to bring to the committee on the issue. Just to set the stage, obviously I think everybody knows that the federal proposal, which I believe was introduced sometime in the 1960s, was passed by the Congress, was never ratified by the states, came very close, but was not ratified. And my feeling is that that the issue should not go away and should not be ignored, that there were still significant things to be accomplished through an equal rights amendment, obviously at a state level, I can't speak for the federal level. And so over the years, I've introduced the legislation at the start of each term. And I think I've done that since I came to the Senate. I can't remember, in all honesty, if I had done that previously to being in the House. And I had not sought a hearing prior to this. We were looking for a time that we thought would work best for the proposal. But I think it's an important issue, a very important issue, that this committee ought to consider. I recognize that we're past a deadline, so I'm not sure that consideration will be given in terms of placement on the ballot this year, but I hope certainly over the next couple of years there might be that opportunity. And just in terms of my interest, I think if you look at American history in the 20th century, you can make the argument that the most significant federal legislative efforts were possibly the 1935 Social Security Act, but I would also suggest the 1964 Civil Rights Bill and the 1965 Voting Rights Act. And those two pieces of legislation obviously made a significant difference in what took place in the United States of America. And I think the ERA is a partner of that. And you know, as a legislature, as elected officials, we do a lot of things. We provide money for schools, we provide money for public safety, we work on roads, but I think there's nothing more intrinsic or inherent to what we ought to be doing as public officials than protecting human rights and civil liberties. And I think a state ERA goes a long ways toward doing that. So that's why I've continued to introduce this legislation, just feeling that even if it was not the time to pass it, it was an idea whose time had not passed, and you'll hear from the witnesses as to why that's the case. And again, Madam Chair, members, I appreciate your spending some time listening to people. So you've got a number of very significant witnesses who can offer a much better perspective than I can, and I'll sit here and listen with all of you as well.
Very good. Senator Cohen, thank you. You have been very diligent to this issue year after year, and I think we appreciate your being willing to introduce this bill year after year. So thank you for presenting the bill.
And Madam Chair, I just want to make one comment, and I think some of the witnesses will speak to it. I'm actually going to get away and just sit at the committee table, if I might, if that's okay, and listen with all of you. But when the bill was drafted originally, it was drafted in the title as providing for sexual equality under the law. It should be equality of the sexes. Now, I understand that you're probably not going to take action today. I have an amendment to that. We don't need to adopt the amendment if members want to wait until there's actually action on the bill. But I do want to point out that that's a mistake in the title, and I do think that's going to be addressed as to why that is a qualitative difference as you hear the witnesses.
Very good.
Madam Chair?
Okay.
Senator Higgins?
And as I've been looking at it, and I've looked at this language for years, and I'm thinking that you know, the language should not be abridged or denied on account of gender as opposed to sex. And so It would be gender equality.
And Madam Chair, Senator Higgins,
Sexual
and that's why I think, Madam Chair, I won't speak for the chair of the committee, but I think that's why you wanted to have some testimony now to determine what language is appropriate for the bill, why it's appropriate, and allow us then to proceed from there.
Very good. Thank you, Senator Higgins. Members, the other thing is that we did invite members who are our counterpart in the other body to come and join us. And today we have the House author, Representative Knuth, who has joined us, and she has also, on our behalf, extended an invitation to other members. So we might or might not have members from the other body joining us as the conversation proceeds. We have two testifiers at the table. Is it Professor